On today's episode, we're talking about fun, whether rules really are life-giving, and Alison comes and joins in unexpectedly without filming.
Hi everyone and welcome to TGI Monday. This week we have a really interesting topic for discussion. I'm just going to give you a little bit of background in case you may not quite remember, but a few years ago the British Humanist Society ran a campaign on the side of buses. People see this? Mm-hmm. And the slogan was, "There's probably no God, now stop worrying and enjoy your life." So we've had a question from Edward. He sent us a message on Facebook. He was watching a TV programme a few weeks ago, which ended with the summary statement, "There probably is a God. Now go and enjoy your life." And he wondered what we thought about that. There probably is a God, but we should still go and enjoy our lives. What do you think? Can we be Christians and enjoy a great life as well? Go on, Zoe.
Do you know, I have to just remember a story that very early on, because I was pretty wild in my student years and I had quite a dramatic conversion.
Ooh.
And I came home to, I think it was a Christmas family thing, and none of my lot go to church and really think Christianity is a very pious and dull thing indeed. And I remember sort of sitting up and drinking quite late into the night with my brother-in-law, and he said, everyone else was starting to fall asleep and things, and he said, "Are you all right? You just seem so unhappy these days."
No.
And there was a light bulb moment, and it was oh my gosh, I've turned into one of those who says fun is sinful. And so I've kind of, it was a bit of a wake-up call to me, as in, do I think I'm sharing some sort of good news or not here?
Yeah.
Is this good news or is this just really, really strict and dull?
It is very interesting because a lot of people do have that idea, don't they, that when they see Christians, they expect them to be the sort of killjoy in the corner
Big
of the party.
time.
You know, the one who's maybe not drinking, the one who's looking, a bit disapproving.
I think the thing is that image of Christianity is vitally important to the British Humanist Association because it's the type of God that only the British Humanist Association believe in. Is because it's true, because people don't say about me, they don't say, "Do you know, that vicar up there, he's such a boring git."
Yeah.
Nobody says that, because we're not.
Yeah.
And I think the strange thing is one of the gifts of God is one of joy.
Yeah.
And we are given that gift of true joy, which is deep down within us. And I think that if you look at the statistics, the other interesting thing, because I'm a geek, is that I am a geek, I'll be honest. But if you look at the statistics, we see that actually on average, Christians are happier.
Yeah.
But then the British Humanist Association is based on evidence.
Yeah.
So obviously they're not reading the evidence.
Actually, there was even a government statistic that came out recently said that the vicars were the happiest people in their jobs at the moment.
Wow.
I did see that last year.
That,
Wasn't it on David Cameron's happiness indicator?
Something like that. I think Hal makes a really good point. There is a difference between happiness and joy.
Definitely.
And happiness is often based upon your feelings, which can be momentary, and joy is more of a state of being. Before I was in the Church of England, I was a Presbyterian, and they can really be known for being very, very dour and 40-watt light bulbs. But actually, the Westminster Shorter Catechism, which is what they base their faith on, opens up with this question: what is the meaning of life? And the answer is to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. The beginnings of Presbyterianism is joy, and it's a joy that's found in God. And it's not that everything else is. It's not that God is what's to be. It's not that God is what makes you happy and everything else makes you sad. It's that actually, in order to find joy in everyday life, in everything that you do, in your knitting, in making money, in your business, or whatever it is, it's that if you put God first, then everything else that is secondary, you can find joy in.
Yeah.
It's when you don't put God first, these things can start to become idols.
But the other weird thing as well, is that when I do meet people around and about, it is hilarious what I'm supposed to not be allowed to do. Because there's a huge list of things. I'm not allowed to say naughty words.
No.
I'm not allowed to have a tattoo. I'm not allowed to like music other than songs of praise.
No
and it
piercings.
goes, no piercings. It goes on and on and on. And none of that is in Christianity.
Yeah.
That Christianity is the kind of Notting Hill dinner party Christianity, which is created to make people who aren't Christians feel better.
It's also the Christianity that Jesus said, for goodness sake, this isn't it. And he pointed at children a lot and said, if you want to know what God's kingdom is like,
Yeah.
look at them, and they're really good at living in the moment that they're in. And some of that is about joy, and some of that is about being devastated about something.
So, I mean, Jesus says,
Oh, Alison!
we should have locked the door.
Restart the ship!
Oh, Alison!
Go and be lovely.
We should
Oh,
have
it's
locked the door. That's
Rainbow
our
Alison
fault.
has arrived.
Abandoned.
I saw her coming and I just thought
Right,
myself,
do that again now. That's going in the you're in the bloopers, you are, Alison. You're in the bloopers.
Because that was really good.
Oh.
you couldn't have scripted that, could you? You couldn't have scripted it. Fantastic.
What on earth?
Move it out of the way and then I'll put it back to you. Can we? Or not?
How long we got? We don't even have to pause it. We could just keep going.
We could
Okay,
do.
How long we got?
Okay,
We're in.
So, I was just about to say, Jesus says, doesn't he, I've come in order that they may have life and have it to the full. So Jesus is not saying, you know what, follow me, and it'll be, you can't do this, and you can't do that, and you can't enjoy yourself, and you can't go out with your mates, you can't do that. He says, actually, if you want to have life to the full, it's not about all your bungee jumping and your skydiving and your backpacking around the world. It's about following him, and that's how we'll enjoy life the way it's meant to be enjoyed, and we'll enjoy it to its fullest.
But the other thing with rules, which is what these bus things are all about, is rules are actually things that bring life. Now I've got a rule of life which I follow through my monastic order I'm a member of, right? And each, like our family, we try to have rules, right? And those rules bring us life. Now a good example of that is screen-free Thursday, right? Now, because the screens enslave us, right? So what we've decided to do, rather ridiculously, is to have screen-free Thursday, which is a lot of hard work because it takes a lot of time and effort to actually get it going. But this Thursday, after a little bit of problems, we built, me and my son, we built a roller coaster out of his Connects for Christmas.
Yeah, it looked
right?
fabulous. I saw it on Facebook.
But if I didn't have that rule that said, on Thursday, we're going to have fun, we never would have done it.
No.
So rules aren't boring. Rules are life-giving.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
really helpful, isn't it? So, if we're thinking about actually, can we as Christians say there is God, but actually that's how we enjoy our lives.
Can I make one more point?
Very quickly.
Yeah, there's also joy in hard times as well.
Go
There's
on.
joy in suffering. That because you're finding your joy not inside yourself and in the material world, but finding joy in the love and peace that you get from God, that actually even in dark times, there can be a deeper sense of joy, even if you're not feeling a perfect sense of happiness.
Yeah, that's very helpful, distinguishing that sort of momentary happiness from that deep-seated joy. So I think we do want to say, as Christians, you really can enjoy life. Don't expect Christians to be dull and dour and boring. And if you are a Christian and you feel like that's what your life should be, maybe you need to start reading what Jesus said about it in the Gospels. He's come so that you may have life and have it to the full. So that's what we feel in answer to that question. We're sorry for all the interruptions, and
I need to go and see the interruption.
They haven't ended
maybe
now.
been able to follow that
queue.
anyway.
There's a queue at the door.
There we go. See you next week.
If you'd have tried to make a spoof, it wouldn't have been as good as that.
On next week's episode, we're going for... How? I'm filming here! On next week's episode, we go from fun to austerity. We're talking about Lent.